So by now you need to have at least one resume and one cover letter completed. If you have multiple done, then nice work. Now it is time to fill out the job application. I'm going to help you step through the process and give you a handful of hints and tips that are going to help you stand out and maximize your odds. Hey everyone, how's it going? Danny here with OJIS, helping you to challenge status quo and find your dream job. In general, filling out the job application should be pretty straightforward if you have followed the advice in the previous videos. However, in this video, I want to cover key things that I haven't mentioned yet that you need to keep in mind while filling out the job application. I have found out that the job application for most companies are 90% the same. So the things that I will be discussing in this video should cover almost all situations. However, some companies do like to do things their own way, and some steps may be relevant or not depending on the company. I am going to go over sections that are the most commonly seen in job applications and that are the most important. Also, keep in mind that some companies don't even have a job application process. They'll simply ask you to send your resume. In this case, the process is very easy. All you need to do is send an email with your resume and cover letter. I do recommend writing a 1 or 2 sentence email that mentions that you're highly interested in the position and to please refer to the attachments for your resume and cover letter. Nothing else needs to be said because your resume and cover letter are going to say it all. So now let's get into the job applications. First thing, before you fill out an application, you will most likely need to create an account with the company's website. Creating this account is just like creating an account with any other website. Once that is complete, open up the desired job posting and select Apply. This will take you to the job application. There will most likely be a handful of sections to fill out, so let's step through the most common ones. You will likely see a section called Personal Information or Applicant Information or something similar. This is obviously straightforward, so fill this out completely. Even if you plan on submitting a resume, which you will, that has your personal information, fill this out completely. It is more of a record keeping on the company's end. You will also almost always encounter a section labeled Education. Just like the previous section, this will be straightforward. Include all universities and community colleges that you have attended. If you are tempted to lie about your GPA, do not lie, even if you feel like it is too low for the job. Later in the process, they will confirm what you have entered with your official transcripts, so lying will do you no benefit. Another section you will most likely encounter is work experience or employment history. Once again, even if you're going to attach a resume, which you will, that has all this detail, fill this section out. For this section, have your resume handy along with the contact information sheet that you created in Module 1. I typically just copy and paste from these two sources into the website. It should go pretty quick that way. And just a side note, if you notice that your information sheet lacks information that is being asked, update it so that you have it for next time. Common sense, right? Next, you will usually run into an attachments section that will ask for you to attach any relevant documents such as your cover letters, resumes, transcripts, recommendation letters, etc. For this section, always attach your cover letter and resume. There should be no excuses here. Don't find a reason to slack off because they don't require one, even if you added this information in other sections of the job application. Your resume tells them everything about you, so please do not skip this. You might as well throw away your chances if you choose not to submit it. For transcripts, I recommend people to not worry about attaching transcripts unless the job posting specifically asks for it. Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. Read the job posting very carefully for this. Otherwise, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Recommendation letter-wise, since you should have at least 3 recommendation letters by solid references, why not throw these in there also, regardless if they're required or not. They might not look at it, but at the same time, it can make all the difference. Give them every reason to bring you in for the interview. Don't wait for them to ask. Take control of the situation. It is little things like this that will pay off in the long run to help you find your dream job. Continuing on with references, sometimes you will find a section labeled References or Personal References, where they ask for basic information like the names of references, relationship to you, and their contact information. This section is so that they have information of people to contact later in the job application process. You can do two things. Mention the references from the recommendation letters that you have submitted, or you can add new references. To be honest, I don't think there's much difference in doing either, but why not keep it simple and use the same references? Those references have already written recommendation letters for you, so they are ready to say positive and good things about you. If you do plan on using new references, remember, add strong references. Add previous managers, previous supervisors, previous professors. Stay away from classmates and friends and family. They want references of people who know you in a professional setting. I have noticed that these companies will most likely not contact these references until you have made it to the interview phase. However, provide some good references now because with everything that you have been doing, there's a good chance of you getting to the interview phase. A section that you might encounter, especially if you're applying for a government job or a company that works closely with the government, is one labeled Additional Information. This section will often ask you questions about your eligibility to work in your country, if you currently hold a security clearance, if you have worked for the company before, if you have any current non-disclosure agreements with other companies, and etc. Once again, don't bend the truth here because in the end, they are going to find out the truth. Another common section that I have often found in job applications are a job-specific questions section. These are usually pretty straightforward questions to assure that you meet the requirements of the job. You might see questions like, do you have a master's in X degree? Or do you have experience in X type of work? These questions shouldn't come as a surprise because these requirements will most likely have been explicitly mentioned in the job posting. Since this job made it through video 1 of module 3, then you should have no problem answering positively for all these questions. However, occasionally you may run into a question that you can't say yes to, but don't be disappointed. This isn't the end of the road. This doesn't mean that you aren't qualified for the job. The only thing you can do is answer the question truthfully. Please don't lie because they will find out either way. And I wouldn't worry too much about it anyways. It might hurt you, but it might not. If you tackled the previous videos in module 2 and 3 correctly, then you are in a strong positive position despite that one statement that you lack. So everyone, this should cover most of the sections in the job application. As you can see, it is not too bad at all. Most of the hard work has been done in the previous videos. As a quick summary to this video, sell yourself the best that you can. Fill out everything in the application, double check everything, and be truthful. At this point in the game, you are way ahead of everyone, so feel good about your chances. After submitting this job application or any future ones, don't sit back and wait. Be proactive and keep searching for those dream jobs and then keep applying for them. I highly suggest watching the video in module 5 next. It is a short one, but it covers some very important things to assure that you find your dream job. Do this even before moving on to module 4. Take my word for it. Well, you are doing awesome. Keep those job applications going, and when you want a little break from that, then step into module 4, where I will show you how to prep for the interview. Don't wait too long to start module 4, as there are a few steps to take before you even get the interview.